tackle on Oxlade-Chamberlain was clumsy. So I got to say that. But the Cazorla one was a disgrace. That was a disgrace. Mate, but I'm sorry, but that is disgraceful, and I can see why Stephen Reid was fuming about it. Yeah, because he didn't touch him.
You know what? All jokes aside, it was sort of a bad dive, but it happens in the game, as we've seen Suarez.
What do you mean it happened
multiple times before?
What do you mean it happens in the game?
I've seen the froggy splash with no one next to him.
Mate, we've seen that from Chimpy Bale as well.
Yeah. So,
know what? Yeah. No. Go on. Keep defending Cazorla. Keep defending Cazorla because you like to. You've castigated Suarez on numerous occasions. I want to hear you try and defend Santi Cazorla. I want to hear you try and defend that because they can't. You can't defend it.
Let Aymane come in and have his say and say his piece.
All right. Aymane, you want to have one?
Yeah. Well, I'm not trying to defend Cazorla. I think it was a dive, but what I find hard to accept is how come Arsenal and Cazorla in particular gets all this attention. We have people that are diving week in, week out. And then as soon as Cazorla dives, we've got people calling for 3-match bans on divers. We got all these, the chairman or whoever he was on the FA saying divers should stop. Why is it only going to come up once Cazorla dives?
Mate, no. See, you know what, yeah? You know what? I love the fact that you've got an opinion, and that's what we like here, honest opinion. But at the end of the day, I'm coming back at you with an honest opinion. At the end of the day, what, you think there's some witch hunt against Santi Cazorla? You might want to check. You might want to check the last 6 months to a year's worth of news about Suarez.
I'm not saying
every time he goes down, it's like, dive, ban him. And it's one of them ones. That's why every time Suarez gets a free kick, the Anfield crowd cheers.
Just like what Joe Cole was saying.
So it's one of them ones. So you lot getting it on Cazorla. You lot getting it on Cazorla. I'm sorry, but you ain't bringing no tear to a glass eye.
Wait, just calm down, because Aymane has a valid point. What he's saying right there.
What do you mean valid? What do you mean valid point? All right, go on.
At the end of the day, we see Suarez and Gareth Bale do it week in, week out.
Yeah. And they get castigated for it. Suarez more than most.
They get castigated for it, but it's like, it's still taken for a joke. Oh, yeah, those are just two players that dive. But what Ayman's saying is right. With Cazorla, it's like it was an instant, oh yeah, Cazorla's the worst player in the world. He's a cheat. Well, he doesn't do it week in, week out. He done it once. He's got to learn from his lesson.
Yeah, but whether doing it once or week in, week out, the fact is he's gotten away with it. He's gotten away with it, and that's a turning point in the game.
Yeah, but on your point on defending Suarez, later that game, their player dived, and then later that game, Cazorla was taken out, and we didn't get anything for that. So
yeah,
it's just
it evens itself out, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So exactly, you just defended Suarez with saying that
I'm not.
It's clattered and that, and you get nothing. Yet it happened straight to us in the same game.
No, hold on. That's where you got me wrong. I'm not defending Suarez's diving. I'm just saying the fact of the matter is you can't moan about Cazorla getting castigated when Suarez gets castigated all the time. Mate, there have been at least 2 to 3 occasions this season where Suarez has been clattered and he's had nothing given. So it's one of them ones. Like I said with the Cazorla thing, it's a tear to the old glass eye. It's like someone calling Joey Barton a prat. Tear to the old glass eye. No sympathy from me.
Yeah, and on that, I was at the game, so and I'm not sure if anyone else watched it. Their goalkeeper, it would take a good 45 minute for him to take every goal kick, and considering how wasteful we are when it comes to chances, that's a lot of goal kicks.
Yeah.
And then there would be at least 4 minutes of him just walking from one side of the box to the other side of the box, just trying to get. It's 10 minutes into the game, and he's already taken 45 seconds for a goal kick.
But that's the referee. The referee should be clamping down on that. Well, at the end of the day, the referee should be like, yeah, hurry this up or you get booked for time wasted.
Can I ask you a question then?
Yeah, sure.
All right, with that whole diving situation,
yep.
Shouldn't more weight be put on the referee's shoulders for not getting decisions where he should be getting, him and his assistants for getting decisions wrong?
Yeah.
That they're not, basically getting them wrong.
Yeah.
Should
yeah, of course.
Because the way players are vilified, at the end of the day, if they dive, they get booked.
Not always.
No, they should get booked then.
Yeah, should, yeah.
Yeah, and if you play by the letter of the law,
yep,
a player should be booked as soon as he dives.
Yep.
So if referees ain't doing that, isn't that just allowing players to continue, taking that little bit more bait and taking the dive whenever they feel they can get it?
Mate, I've said this before. Mate, I have said this before on so many shows. It's a case of castigate uniformly and in a draconian fashion. At the end of the day, if you book players, like I think I said it last week, if a little kid touches a stove and burns themselves, they know that there's a repercussion to touching the stove. So they won't touch the stove again when it's hot. Now, if you book players when they dive, and I was aiming this specifically at Bale last week, when he dived against us and got booked for it, and dived against Fulham and got booked for it. At the end of the day, if you punish players for diving, then they're going to stop doing it because they know 2 bookings equals a red, and a red means you're off. It's very remedial. It's just remedial stuff. You punish players and you punish them harshly, they will know not to do it again. Simple as. For me, it's that simple.
For me, it just means Gareth Bale and Suarez are getting away with murder because they shouldn't be playing matches. Because they would be red carded every week.
But if that's what it's got to take, that's what it's got to take. It's just like it is basically just like the whole thing with pushing and shoving in the box. If refs start calling players up on it, then players are going to stop doing it. If penalties start getting given for people shirt pulling in the box, then players are going to know they're not going to be able to get away with it. Same thing for me. But you know what? Ted Winters said a couple of things. He said dive, but I'll take the win. There's too many divers in the league. It don't make it right for Santi though. No defense. Suarez is guilty too, and more than once. Santi is once. League of divers: number 1 Suarez, number 2 Bale, number 3 Young, number 20 Santi Cazorla. Doesn't matter where you are on that chart. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, you've dived. Yeah. Simple as. Also, you got
that look.
Yeah, I mean, Ted Winters also said there will never be a fair and consistent approach from referees. And that's the problem. No consistency, no uniformity. But what's been said on Twitter?
All right, on Twitter, we got Napswagger. Big shout out to Napswagger. And he said, you want to eradicate or punish diving, it's called video technology. A foul in the box, review it, confirm it was a foul or a dive.
Yeah, I mean, that's gonna make things a bit silly. I mean, it's one of them ones. Everyone's gonna be calling, I want that looked at, I want that looked at. That's where video technology should only be used on goal line.
Not really.
But we need to improve the standard of referees.
Yeah.
That's what needs to be done first and foremost. In terms of those decisions. And also offsides as well, I think. But it's a funny. I mean, Aymane's put Gordon Taylor asking for video technology after Cazorla died. Gordon Taylor, I'm sorry, I can't take him seriously. You know my view on Gman. You know my view personally on Gordon Taylor after the Suarez Evra Terry Ferdinand thing. I can't take Gordon Taylor seriously. My man was quick to come out and start castigating people then. And then he shut up when it was John Terry. I didn't hear him say anything. Can't take Gordon Taylor seriously anyway. So he can do one for all I care. But you know what? Yeah. There's been a couple of things in the chat. I mean, Lily Olumi, then Russ Vernon. Lily, what did you want to jump in about the diving issue?
I just think it's quite ridiculous, but Cazorla's dive was just like worthy of an Oscar, to be quite honest with you. I personally, obviously I'm not an Arsenal fan anyway, but personally I didn't think it obviously was a penalty. It was just ridiculous. I'm just sick of players diving, to be quite honest. And to be honest, everyone says that one of our players does it. Everyone seems to have got it in the head that Becchio does it.
Well.
When he doesn't.
Well, he's probably been guilty of it before. I mean, Gerrard's been guilty of it. Pires in the past has been guilty of it. There's been many players who've got it. It's one of them. But you know what? Yeah, Russ Vernon, you wanted to jump in as well, didn't you?
I did, just because before the show, I was watching the Fulham game, and Gary Neville was going through the games again of the weekend with Ed Chamberlain in the Sky Sports studio, and Guy Neville was saying, same as Julian, if people start clamping down on shirt pulling and fouls inside the penalty area, which they deem to be penalties, then things like the diving that Suarez has done in the past. He's even said Cazorla's did it on Saturday. He even said he would a dive on Cazorla on Saturday. He even said he did it once when he was playing football as well. Then if referees clamp down on shirt pulling in the box, then the players will clamp down on diving as well. So I believe if players clamp down on diving, referees come down on shirt pulling in the box and stuff like that, players will stop diving. And Guy Neville believes the same as me. You, that if they clamp down on shirt pulling in the box, then players maybe think, hang on, we can't shirt pull in the box anymore. And if we're going to go down, we need to make sure there's contact. Cause if he's not going to give shirt pulls anymore, just give shirt pulls, penalties for shirt pulls, then he may not give penalties for that. He'll give bookers for diving unless we get chipped in the box.
Cool. No, it's good. It's a good point. But you know what? Yeah, my thoughts on diving. You know what? Let me pause that particular track, because my thoughts on diving, no matter who it is this.
Hey, it's the disgrace. It's the disgrace.
That's my view. That's my view on the whole diving issue. Because at the end of the day, it's stupid. It really is stupid.